having a glueless wig, you will need to know your head measurements. I use a lot of the canvas 22 head. I use a lot of this because that's like the average head size, but there are certain measurements that you need to know. So I just like measure my canvas heads just so it'd be easier for me. So if somebody say their hair circumference is a 22, I get my canvas head, and then I just mark off the standard measurements for it. But the first measurement you will need is your circumference. Of course, this is a 22, and the circumference is all the way around, and I'm gonna show y'all that. It's really easy to measure. All you really need is a measuring tape. You can get them from Walmart or like any crafting store like Michael's, Joann, something like that. Or even Amazon, you can order it off there. But what you want to do is just place it like right in between your eyeballs, and then just wrap it around. And boom, all the way around. Make sure it's flat. Also, make sure that your hair is braided back or in a low ponytail. However you will have or wear your wig, that's how you should get your measurements. Like if your hair is going to be braided to the back, okay, then do your measurements with your hair braided to the back. If your hair is going to be in a bun, do your measurements with your hair in a bun, so it can be custom to your head size. But another measurement is your front to nape, or front to neck, or whatever you want to call it, is this one, starting from the center, and you go all the way back to the back of your neck. And then the average size for a 22 front to nape is a 14, but I always, on my canvas heads, I always go a little bit longer because, just because it's a standard head size, somebody who's sending their measurements, it may be like a 15 or a 14 or 14 and a half, 13 and a half, something like that, and I just round it up. So I always put more on there just in case, but the average is a 14, so it'll stop right about here. The other measurement is the ear to ear. So, and this is right above the ear, and this will also help for the frontal to be glueless, because you can cut that excess lace off instead of when you get the wigs or whatever and you got to cut the ear tab off. With a glueless wig, with a glueless frontal wig from me, you don't have to worry about that because I cut all that stuff off for you. That's why I tell you guys, make sure you know that your head measurements, your head sizes and all that, so your wig can be custom to your head size. So measurements are important. But anyways, it's this measurement, well, like right above your ear to the other side, and you just measure that off. The average measurement for this one is, I'll say like a 12.5, and you do your temple to temple, which ain't nobody temples all the way up here, but like I said, I always do more just in case, and it'll be just from here all the way to the other side. The average measurement for that is a 14.5, 14 and a half. So it'll be, I'll say about like right here-ish. And then the last one is the nape to neck. So the measure the back of your neck. Well, the average is a 5.5, but that varies because some people have like a small neck area, so it'd be like a 4. But like I said, I always put more on here than I need to. So if I need to do like a measurement that's wider, I have the opportunity to do that instead of just like freehanding or freestyling. So your nape to neck, your front to nape, your temple to temple, and your ear to ear, and of course your circumference. You can do the other one, the ear over ear, but it's kind of like your forehead too. You can do that one as well, but most of the time I don't really do that one. I just do the ear to ear or the temple to temple, and it gives me, the measurements that I need. But for frontals, you need all those measurements. You need all those measurements for a frontal, especially if you want it to be glueless. Now, for a closure, you really just need the circumference, because the other measurements is kind of like standard. But if you want it to be more, secure into your liking, you want to have the proper measurements, you can go ahead and send all the measurements in and you'll be good. But for a frontal, you most definitely need all the measurements. But they come in different sizes, so not, one size fit all. There are multiple sizes, but it's very crucial to know your head size if you want a glueless wig.